I feel like share. What's up, Victoria? It's me, Victoria, and today we're going to talk about some products that I feel like don't get highlighted a lot on my channel that I use a lot off camera, or I use them so frequently that I like don't often mention them when I'm using them in a video, or I've clipped that portion of the video out, even though I have used it. Like, it might be linked in my description box a lot, but like, you haven't gotten eyes on it on camera in a while. Some of these things you won't be surprised by if you've been someone who watches my channel for a really long time, but if you are new to me, these could be things that you might not even know that I have, but I love. If you are new to me, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button down below. This is a lot of what I like to do on my channel. I like to look at my makeup collection and reflect on it, and it really helps me be discerning when I am making a purchase of makeup in the future. So if that is something that you're interested in, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you also hit the like button while you are down there. I will have a pinned comment. In there will be some links to support people in Gaza directly. If you have any additional funds right now, I would appreciate you supporting those people. And let's jump into the video. This one, I don't think will be shocking. I just feel like I haven't featured it on camera in a while, and it's a lot because it is discontinued. They don't make this version of this formula anymore. And it's the Victoria Beckham Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizer. Big bummer that they did discontinue this. I still haven't tried the new one. I also have been trying a primer that I really like, and I'm not even sure that I'm super interested in trying the new version of this, because the product that I have been enjoying, that I have been trying, only costs $18, and this was $150. I got it on sale for $120, but this is a super luxurious piece. It just really moisturizes my skin, and I feel like once I said it was my favorite and it was basically the only primer I was using for some time, I just kind of got out of the habit of just being like, this is it. And I think specifically because it has been discontinued, I just haven't really been featuring it on camera. I don't want anyone to think that I'm using the current formulation. And then it's like, you get sick of clarifying that every time. You're just like, I have primer on, or like, you know, usually don't mention it. I still love this, but I think it has been dethroned. So I need to finish this one up, and then I don't know, I might try the new one. I don't know if I'll try the new one because I have been happy with some other primers that I have been using, but this is still like a touch point core portion of my makeup collection. It's just like, it's heavy. It's beautiful. I love seeing it on my vanity. So I will miss it when it's gone. I don't know. It is crazy that I think it might have been replaced. That feels wild to me. A thing I don't celebrate often or talk about a ton on my channel is like eyeshadow primer, because it feels really basic. So sometimes I'll just throw on eyeshadow primer and like not tell you what it is, or just like assume that you know. I'm using 3. So I just finished the NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow base, but that seems to come in and out of stock. I don't know if there's like an ingredient in it that is particularly hard for them to get. I don't know what it is, and I did enjoy that one. I am currently using the Ulta Beauty Matte Veil Longwear Eye Primer, but I've only been using this for a couple of days. This is actually a very, very new product to me, but if you see me not talking about what eyeshadow primer I'm using in the future, this is probably the one I will be utilizing in the future. We're saying it here, we're saying it now. I have liked my time with it. I'm using it today, and I'm also using a new eyeshadow formula on top of it today, so there's a lot of newness happening on my face. If you wanted to know what's on my eyes, it's this from Dose of Colors. It's literally Magic Stick in the shade Icy. And more thoughts on that to come, because that was crazy. That was a whole crazy experience. I can't wait to talk about it more. I'm very excited about that product. Anyway, this is an eyeshadow primer I use very regularly. And then I have 2 that I use for glitter or shimmer things. This is from Firenze. This is their Pixie Epoxy. This has been around for a really long time, from what I understand. It's new to me. I think I bought it this year, or maybe late last year. I don't know when I bought it, but this is really great for multi-chromes and things that have a smooth shimmer particle to them. I really like what you can see on my eyes. This is like often the kind of eyeshadow I like to wear. Very peasy, sparkly, and I wouldn't use this for this kind of eyeshadow. I would use it more for like satins, basic shimmers, nothing really like too crazy sparkly. And for the times I want to wear something really sparkly and piecey, or I want to apply something in a specific way and I want it to be more tacky, I will use the NYX glitter primer. For a long time, this was all I was using, and like, I don't even know if you knew that I still had this because I just use it when I use it, and I don't always like say that I'm using it, but it is something that has been a constant in my collection. I've gone through another tube of this, but before I started using this, I was using the Too Faced glitter primer. Do they still make that? I feel like I had one one, and then I couldn't find it again after that. So a lot of people recommended me getting this, and I tried this. Both are really beautiful. This works for PC shimmery formulas. I just find that the way they behave on this is a little more to my liking. But this is still a really great product, and if you are looking for a shimmer base, this is something really worth checking out. It was $8 when I bought it, and you'll probably have to pay for shipping unless you buy something else from FILLE, but it's definitely worth checking out. And also, if you go to their website and it's not up, don't be alarmed. I think that they based on how much product they moved, I think they just shut down their site whenever they need to get caught up on things, because I went to look for this and I texted Andromeda and I was like, why? They're not there. Did they close? And they were like, no, they just sometimes close their website. So that's just something to note. So if you ever go to try to get FILLE and the website seems down, just give it a couple of days and it probably will come back. Worth the $8, in my opinion. I don't know how much this is now. I feel like it was $6 when I bought it, but it could be more expensive now. Very worthwhile. Also, what's nice about this is you're going to see some varying price points of products in here. This right here, this is the most important thing in my makeup collection. There's so much in here that I use every time I do my makeup. And like I said, I very rarely shout out these heroes that live in here. So I spent some time depotting things. And this is, I think, the thing that was the most worthwhile for me to do. Nearly every time I do my makeup, most of these are going on my face. So I have my contours down here. Omen is pretty new to me, so I've been shouting it out a lot more recently. And then next to it is Intuition, which is the same formula, but I depotted this one and put it in here. I think I might just give up on Intuition because I have been loving Omen so much. But either way, I do contour with a cream every time I do my face, unless I specifically am looking for something intensely bronze. So they get used almost every time I do my makeup. And then I have a selection of powders. Now, this pressed powder is from Hourglass. I don't use this as much as I used to. I have really been enjoying my time using up my old formulation of the Givenchy powder right now, and I live, laugh, love that. And I've also been using the About Face powder. I'm really into loose powders right now, but this might swing back around in the winter time whenever things are drier. But I'm an oily girl, and so I think in the summertime I'm just needing a little more assistance with the oil control of it all. In the center, this is my Chantecaille Perfect Blur Finishing Powder in the shade Light Medium. This is still my first one. I depotted it, repressed it, and put it in here. I use this almost every time I do my makeup. I have it on today. Anytime I'm seeing people going out and about, it's a finishing step that I do. You probably see me use this less on camera as I have been testing more complexion products recently. And I do like to not use this when I am testing complexion products, only because it does blur and it does change the effect the foundation will have. Any powder is going to do that, but this does a lot of heavy lifting for blur. And I don't want anyone to think that a foundation is doing more blurring work than it might be. So I don't tend to use this on camera if I am testing something new. And most of the time, if I am using it on camera, it's something that gets cut out because it's not part of what I was showing you. The complexion wasn't the most important part, or the complexion wasn't a new product and I just threw it on for myself. This is the Sisley Blur Expert, and I use this as my nose primer. No one needs a $120 nose primer. This was something I tried to compare to the Chantecaille Perfect Blur, and I didn't like as much as a finishing powder. But as a primer, it's a much better product, but I don't really like using it all over my face, but I do like it for my nose. My nose is a problem area for foundation. A lot of the times foundations don't like to stick to it. They move around and look really terrible on it. And this is the solution most of the time for me. There's other solutions for that as well, but I had already bought it and I found a way to make it work thanks to the Style Stumbler, Steph over at the Style Stumbler. She talked about it and then I tried it and now I have been doing it ever since. Another powder in here is this from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Brightening powder. And as you can see, I have quite a bit of pan on this product. Now, since I have been using loose powder a little bit more, I was using it less. But a couple days ago, about a week ago, I used this on my under eyes again and I remembered why I loved it. So I did use this today and I've been using loose powder on the rest of my face since then. This is a really beautiful under eye blurring brightening product. It does set things pretty well on the under eyes. It's not really good for heavy duty, full full coverage stuff. But if you are just looking for like a light finishing blurring powder on your under eye, this is a really gorgeous version of that. And then these are both of my spectral shines from Phytosurgeons. We have Divine Daylight and Cool Candlelight. These are something that I don't use every time I do my makeup on camera for the same reason I don't usually use the Chantecaille Perfect Blur. If I'm testing something new, I don't like to put this on top because these also kind of blur and filter the face. They had a slight bit of glow, but anytime I'm doing my makeup, hanging out with friends, anytime I'm doing my makeup before I come on camera, this is normally on my face. So these are both really fabulous products. And yeah, so like this was so great. I think of anything that I would recommend depotting, if you are someone who has a lot of like pressed powder products that you use nearly every day, making something like this is very helpful. I really got sick of having like a compact for each one of those things. It's like, well, I use these every time. So when I'm ready to do my makeup, I pull this out of the drawer, I open it up, and it's like, everything is right where I need it and I don't have to open 100 things. And it's really saved me like vanity space while I'm doing my makeup too. That would be the most worthwhile thing to do. I'm not like a proponent of everyone depotting everything because it's very specific and not everyone's going to want to do that. Some of these products were also incredibly expensive and came in beautiful packaging, and I sacrificed the packaging for convenience, but this has been a game changer for me. It's like my favorite thing that I've done with depotting. Here's another unsung hero in my makeup collection, and I use these all the time, and I did use them today. These are from HINDASH, and you may notice that they got a little bit of a facelift, meaning that I depotted them. So I had both Monochromance and Beautopsy, and I normally was using them in conjunction, so I would pull them both out every time I would use them, and then it's just like, well, why not just make them one thing? Then I have a little more space in my eyeshadow palette drawer, and then I have this. Look at, I mean, just the gradients are beautiful as it is. Like, just like looking, they're so satisfactory. And then like looking at them all next to each other. I mean, these are the most multi-purpose products in my makeup collection. Almost every time I travel, one of these is coming with me. Well, this is the first, I haven't traveled since I've depotted them, but I figured that this would also make it easier for when I do travel because these are always like the first thing I think of. Because the pans are bigger, like they're easier to get like face brushes in. So I will take this and so I can customize my own blushes. And I also have used these powders as setting powders. They work in a pinch. They're not my favorite to use as setting powders, but some of the lighter shades up here I have used as like under eye powders and like setting the whole face, bronzer, contour, eyeshadow. Like it works for everything. Obviously a lot of eyeshadows can do that. I think it's really the pan size that inspires me to use these all over my face. It's a beautiful eyeshadow formula. It works really well on the rest of my face. And so when you think about it this way, it's like, this is eyeshadow, blush, and bronzer. So for traveling, it's just like, here's this. I make a little palette of shimmer shades and I bring that along with me and I can almost do whatever I want with just that. And it's so perfect. I don't know if like the HINDASH eyeshadow palettes are even in stock. HINDASH, if you're watching, I still don't have Boy Tears 1 or any of the liquid eyeshadows 2. HINDASH, hit me up, hook me up. But also, I don't know. I think the most recent launch was the highlighters, and I think that was almost a year ago. So what's going on, HINDASH? Tell a doll. Let her know. It's so gorgeous and so perfect. And I really do love the HINDASH palettes. They've just been so useful for me since I've gotten them. And when I did this, I was like, oh, how satisfying to have them all out in one place. Gorgeous, stunning. And obviously, you know, you can depot things and whatever. And also, I do want to note, if you have these and you want to do them, the pans are already magnetic, so you don't have to add those silly little things to make them magnetic to the bottom, which I find incredibly annoying and tedious to do. But you might not be that picky about it. I'm picky. It was really nice that all I had to do was essentially take the glue off the bottom of them, and then I just put them right in there. And it was incredible. It was gorgeous. It was so satisfying. I did almost film me doing it for short form, but sometimes you gotta keep things for you. Also, depotting, you never know how it's gonna go. But these were pretty easy to depot. Just saying. Anyway, HINDASH, call me. Or keep sending me demented memes, whatever you want to do. We're moving on to some other eye products, I guess. Like, there was really no rhyme or reason to this, but the Victoria Beckham eyeliners. So I realized the other day, like, I very casually use the Victoria Beckham eyeliners. So if you have been here for a long time, you'll know that like long ago I declared that the Victoria Beckham eyeliners were my favorite eyeliner formula, and they still are, and I still have them and I still love them. And I think I've noticed a lot of times, even when I'm editing a video, I'll be doing a look and I'll be like, I'm just gonna throw some cocoa on, but I won't say it's from Victoria Beckham, or like I'm just gonna throw some ash on. And then I realize there are probably people who watch my videos who don't know that like those are Victoria Beckham eyeliners. It is my favorite formula. I guess, I don't know, what is a lot of eyeliner? I just want to say, like, I'm not really like an eyeliner person. I'm mostly just tightline with it. And sometimes I will do like a smudged out wing, which these are really good for. And then once they set, they're like pretty good on my eyes all day. That's what I like about them. The biggest selling point about this formula is that it does not tug on my eyelids. I hate that. So as soon as the crayon touches my lid, it's applying pigment. It just smoothly glides on it. That's something that seems to be really hard for me to find with an eyeliner formula. Although at this point, I don't test a lot of eyeliners simply because I really like these. And that's something I do think is undervalued in the makeup space. I really like these. And if I were to buy, like if I decided I wanted an eyeliner color, I probably would see if Victoria Beckham had it first because I already love this formula. If it's not broke, then don't fix it. Like if I finish up Cocoa and I want to buy another brown eyeliner, I will probably just buy Cocoa again. So I'll swatch them for you while we're here. On top we have black, and then we have ash, and then cocoa, and then cinnamon. Cinnamon is absolutely the one I use the least. It has a bit of a sheen to it. I don't like love that, but I really like the way it makes my green eyes pop. Like when I put that on, it's like something so spectacular. It just looks so good. The two that I do use the most are Cocoa, which is what I have on my waterline today. The eyeliner is just the darkest shadow from HINDASH. So that's what I have as the liner. And then this is on the waterline. I also use ash, and I think ash I actually use the most. It is a true gray, and I think that's like kind of hard to find in the market. I have just been finding that wearing black, I feel like, is often too much for me now. I do like wearing black whenever I'm feeling really sexy, sophisticated, and want to do something really smudgy and dark and raccoony. Like that's what I'm gonna reach for. So I like having black, but I do reach for ash more than it overall if I am wanting to do a black eyeliner look without committing fully to something black. So I really love this formula. I will continue to buy this formula. I really like it. I've tried the Lisa Eldridge one. The Lisa Eldridge was pretty close, but it like wasn't my favorite. And also that was like a hand-me-down eyeliner from Ananda, and it was just a color that I wouldn't have used very much anyway. So I didn't really have that for very long. And I've been told a number of times that the Prada eyeliners are very good and very similar to the Satin Kajal liners from Victoria Beckham. I don't know. I just don't want another black or brown eyeliner right now because I'm pretty close to finishing Cocoa. Maybe once I finish Cocoa, I'll consider trying a Prada one. I also, as a reviewer of makeup, feel that I am not someone who has tested a lot of eyeliner formulas or really has strong opinions on eyeliner. Me buying eyeliners to review is a bit of a lost cause for both me and you, where it's like, it does that, it lasts all day. I think like finding a reviewer who's really passionate about eyeliner, if you too are very passionate about eyeliner, and having them try eyeliner formulas or seeing what eyeliner formulas they have reviewed and compared, I think like going for someone else in the category of eyeliner is probably more worth your while. I'm not really like an eyeliner connoisseur, whereas I don't really like love eyeshadow palettes, but I do love eyeshadow, and I have used many eyeshadow palettes, and I do know how I like my formulas to work, and I have tried a lot of eyeshadow formulas. So I feel like as an eyeshadow reviewer, I feel like I am better at that than I am at like reviewing eyeliner, because it's like I found these, I guess we're going on 3 years ago. Is that true? When did my Victoria Beckham review go up? Friends, we've been here for a minute. Isn't that crazy? I don't mean like the length of today's video. I just mean like hautemess Tom. Oh yeah, the Victoria Beckham review, I don't even have this background yet, which I forgot. I forgot that review happened over there. I'm pointing to the area of my room that it was in. That review went up, I think, in February, but I had been testing the Victoria Beckham stuff since November of the year prior. So yeah, I've been using this eyeliner formula for 3 years, and it's been I can't even say confidently that I've tried a lot of eyeliners since. So other than the gel eyeliners from Trixie Cosmetics, which I feel like is a different thing, and I don't use those very often. Hero product to me, the Victoria Beckham eyeliners. Another product from Victoria Beckham that have turned out to be hero products, but I use these more when I'm just like hanging out with friends rather than on camera, are the eyewear eyeshadow sticks. I have Pecan and Drench. So these have fallen out of their component. Like that does happen to me with this formula, but this is the easiest thing to just lay down and then put a shimmer on top of that I've tried. It's just like I smudge these, I blend these, and then that's it. They stay pretty well on my eyelids. I will say that setting the base one does help for longevity, but I am okay. I normally feel like I get like about 6 hours of wear without very strenuous, extenuating circumstances, like days where it's like not super hot. Like it's a very casual kind of thing that I like to throw on my eyes and then just throw like a gentle shimmer on top. Very like akin to like what I have on my eyes today. Like this would be like a perfect look to do with these. I used the eyeshadows from HINDASH to do the mattes, and there is some dimension happening there. I don't know if you can tell. This does a very similar thing to this, and like I could just like slap that on and just like move along with my day and have a pretty effective eye look. I haven't tried the shimmer formula. I just have tried the matte formula and I really like it. I haven't tried like a bunch of eyeshadow sticks, but one thing that I have liked about these more than some of the other ones I have tried is the amount of time I have to blend before they set. And I find that's like a fine line to walk, right? You don't want anything to be too emollient where it's like you feel like it's going to move around your eyes. But I have found with some other matte eyeshadow sticks that they want to set quicker than I can blend them, or are setting as I'm blending them, and I just find that that's not very fun. But these stay emollient enough for me to move them around my eyes and blend them out, and like I just really like them for that. Something simple, something easy, something peasy. And you know what toppers I'm usually putting on top of them? These from Phytosurgeons. Now, these have had a spotlight on my channel before. Like if you go back enough, like when I first got Fractal Freesia, I feel like I was using it pretty regularly. The thing about these eyeshadows is that they're really pretty, but I think they're prettier IRL than they are on camera. Like they're very subtle, sparkle toppers. They just look so beautiful, and I just feel like natural light really hits them and makes them dance. They do on camera too, especially if you layer them. Like I feel like what I have going on my eyes with that icy shade from Dose of Colors is very similar to what these look like if you do a couple layers of them. My personal favorite is Lunar Lightwave, but I also like Fractal Freesia. I bought Fractal Freesia first, and then Lunar Lightwave might have been gifted to me. I can't remember if I bought it. It like came in a package with things that I did buy, and some of them were the eyeshadows. So it's kind of hard to tell the difference, especially since they're sparkly, but Lunar Lightwave is this one and Fractal Freesia is that one. Lunar Lightwave has a little bit of like a peachier base to it, where I think Fractal Freesia, I think when you look at it, it gives off the vibe that it's gold, but I feel like the silver sparkles are what come through a little bit more on Fractal Freesia. They wear really beautifully on the eyes. They have like a similar wear time to the Victoria Beckham eyewear, so it's really great. And like if they do crease, which is pretty rare, they're very easy to tap back out and come back to full sparkle. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous, easy peasy products. And that's it. Those are like the things that I use on a regular basis. Some of them are mostly things I use off camera. Some of them are things that I use when I am filming, but I normally like cut around them. So I just wanted to give them a little bit of a shout out. I don't know. I felt compelled to like talk about them. Not really to like sell them to you, but also I guess in the comments, let me know what is like the uncelebrated but true hero of your makeup collection? Like what are some of those products for you? I'm very curious. Linda did a very similar thing on her channel a couple weeks ago where she talked about unsexy products. I don't think that any of these products are unsexy. They just are kind of like workhorses in my makeup collection that like don't get celebrated enough. Maybe because they're not as fun and sparkly or like not as colorful as some of the other things I use that are like more attractive. But these are the things that I'm using all of the time in my makeup collection. So I want to hear yours down below. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video and you're new to me. Make sure you check out the pinned comment to support people in Gaza. In my description box are links to Patreon and channel memberships. If you want to join, feel free. If not, no worries. I'm just so happy that you are here. That's like a different way to support me, not necessarily a better way to support me. It's just if you want to send some money my way and get some content, that's a way to do it. It's very casual. I wouldn't say it's like anything serious, and I don't make grandiose promises of what that's going to be. It's like, if you have $1 to throw my way each month and you want an extra little video to get cozy, to know me a little bit more, that's the way to do it. Anyway, that's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to follow your hope and you'll find me. I'll see you in a video very soon. Go forth. It's out.